Okay, hi. Let's watch this lesson. This section mainly introduces ionet, the use of one of its agents. What about one of his agents? There are actually two. How about this one? He actually packaged some of this himself. Some functionality of such an agent. Of course, there's another one behind us. It's like a workflow. There is also an automated agent like this. It's two ideas. This agent can be considered as a tool. Then we can look at the ionet. It encapsulates some common tools. Let's take a look. There is this translation. Take a look. Okay, here's the summary. There is public opinion analysis. Sentiment analysis, right? This is a translation, right? This is classified. This is actually the identification of a named entity. Doing an LP. Or do this basic data mining. Everyone knows that this is actually a... How about these? In fact, they are some of the most commonly used. Such agents, right? Especially doing some of this classification. Then we'll see how to use it. And you can click on it. He actually gave some of this code, right? We're just going to use it. Right? You can take a look. He actually has his own framework to look at. Then the basic usage. Actually, we're going to install this thing. Yeah, look at the iontel, right? This is ionet, a library of its own. Let's take a look. Okay, you need to install it like this. Then, if we transfer agents, in fact, it is mainly to write the agent name. Can you all take a look at this? Maybe it's just to install it, right? Because I've installed it. Yes, it has. Some are not installed. Might have to test it, right? Because I installed this. It will no longer be installed. Mainly to introduce the usage to you. What about this key? It is the key of one of the services we called earlier. What about all these keys? That's what happens. Right? It's all here and can be adjusted. Just use it. Take a look at the other ones. One of my needs. In fact, I will make a summary of this. One of it. Agent, right? This must be written correctly. This is actually on this page. It corresponds to this thing. So what about these? It's all the same. This model, generally speaking, you can also write your own. You can also define it yourself. But it generally has some suggestions. You can take a look. This is llama. Then, the classification may also be this llama 3.3, right? This is by far the most commonly used. But of course, if you want to use Chinese, this is also completely interchangeable. And I want you to notice that. Slightly different from this one. Because we call on Jupiter. Write a weight here. Only then can it be used. This is a summary of it. Then the following words. It's all the same. This is a sentiment analysis. Positive and negative. And that's true. I was actually writing a sentence. Then, check the sentiment analysis. Something like this. I just want to write a sentence. Look at the sentiment analysis. There are positive and negative. This neutral. The only thing you need to pay attention to is, it's the following. You can take a look at this call of it. Yes, in fact, we use the OpenAI inside. Write a base URL. This will do. Write another key. We can also be like this. It's okay. We tested it. Better still. Because it is determined by its framework. It is better to write both. Because it is sometimes called need to judge. I took a look at its code. It is necessary to judge this. So it is best to write this environment variable as well. Then we can call it without writing it before. For those complex ones, it may need to read environment variables. So write this down. Everything else is basically the same. Another is a simple translation. Let's take a look. What's different about this? Let's take a look. We changed the model. Let's take a look, right? Change to Tanji Chinwin. Because it does this multilingual better. And then we started translating. What about in general? This is the ionet. Several such agent calls are officially encapsulated. We just need to pay attention to 2 points. The first point is to write this key. The second word. It's like a model. It can be exchanged. You do different problems. The model may be different. Nothing else. That's it for the class.